Dude, oh man, I'm so sad. I can't believe it. Guys, I just need you to remember there's no other way out of this. Okay? God forbid we tell Israel, pack it up. It's over. God forbid. Can't do that. Nope. Can't do that. Gotta use more money. Holy, that is so crazy. The Trump administration has opened up the faucet of the torrent of pain against Yemen once again. And I saw my timeline from people in Yemen that some of those bombing campaigns actually impacted the civilian population, unsurprisingly. Let's take a look at how the American government is. Let's see how the American government is covering
Lucas
it.
Tomlinson is at the White House for us with the latest on those strikes. Lucas.
John, these are the most significant airstrikes since President Trump returned to the White House, and the first time U.S. jets have struck these Iranian-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen since President Trump returned to the White House. U.S. officials say F-18 Super Hornets from the flight deck of the USS Harry S. Truman were the vanguard of the strikes, along with Air Force fighter jets and drones. President Trump announcing the strikes just a few minutes ago on his Truth Social, saying, quote, Joe, today I have ordered the United States military to launch decisive and powerful military action against the Houthi terrorists in Yemen. They have waged an unrelenting campaign of piracy, violence.
I heard it was a message to Iran. Makes sense because apparently there's talks. Dude, the Trump administration is fucking crazy, okay? Like, if you think the Biden admin was cucked by Israel, holy moly, okay? Let me tell you something. First of all, they fired the guy who talked to Hamas, who was like Jared Kushner's college buddy or whatever, because he went on television and was like, these guys they're humans, we can deal with them. We're not fucking cooked by Israel. We can do whatever we want. And then the next week he was like, nah, you're out. The fuck do you mean we can do whatever we want? No, we can't. Yeah, remember the guy that we watched? What was his name? Baylor or whatever? Yeah, they kicked him out. He got the Trotsky ice pick from the Trump regime. They moved him around. They didn't fire him, but they just moved him away from Israel. Okay. He's no longer doing Israel related talks. So there's that. And also they're simultaneously talking about potentially striking Iranian targets again. The Houthis literally have music videos about how even if America kills them, oh, I know, they'll tank it. Oh, I know. And that was before Operation Amazon Prime. This will suck for Yemen, but they withhold worse from the same people. Oh, I know. Trust me, I know very well how musical of a people the Yemeni population is in general. I've made the mistake of showing some of those musicals, and people constantly love bringing it up as though this is like a shameful act. I don't give a fuck. If it wasn't banned, if Twitch, which is the only platform where showing that is not allowed, if that wasn't in place, if that rule wasn't in place, I'll be fucking blasting that shit all day, every day. The go ahead, send us your bombs. Yeah, they are a musically gifted people. I know people think that I'm like ashamed of that or something. I'm not ashamed of showing that to Nick. I don't give a fuck. You can suck my dick. Anyway, can we watch some American propaganda military ads? We do every day, my friend. Yeah. The Pentagon has been drafting new military plans against the Houthis since Trump's decision to redesignate them as terrorist organizations several weeks after he assumed office. According to the U.S. official, after the Houthis downed a U.S. military drone 2 weeks ago, the preparations for the strikes accelerated. And in recent days, the main question became about best operational timing for the strikes. Trump approved the plan on Friday, and Saturday he gave the final order to carry it out. The Trump admin had informed a small number of key allies in advance, Saudi Arabia and Israel. The official said other relevant allies and senior members of Congress were informed after the strikes began. Wait, what? Shalom Houthis. We are attacking the Houthis. Biden, we will attack the Houthis. Wait, what? They both did the same thing. What? I guess Biden did it wokely. Like when Biden deployed $1 billion worth of munitions on Yemeni soil, he did it in a woke and gay kind of way. Whereas when Trump is doing it, he's doing it in like a big dick kind of way. You know what I mean? Like a strong, muscular guy. that I would really like to suck off. Wonder if showing U.S. terrorist propaganda would get you the same pushback? No, of course not. Also, my tax dollars funded this, so. Can you explain how one of the poorest countries on earth somehow threatens the security of the American people? Can you tell us how American tax dollars transform into bombs, missiles, and warships only to be used against a country that has never threatened them? Yeah. So attacking shipping traffic to and from the U.S. isn't a threat? Yes, dude. It's called a blockade, okay? Many countries do it. America does it all the time. And for no good reason, as a matter of fact. An OSINT defender, of course. Please stop. I have a peer adversary. Stand by for TLM coordinates. Oh, hell yeah. Ugh, I'm jerking off to the thought of our tax dollars going to fucking blow up children in Yemen. It's so sick. It's so sick. How dare they fucking say that we have a coastline and we're going to actually use that coastline to strategically try and economically harm the state that's doing a genocide. Oh, how dare they do that? Oh, they can't do that. You can't do that. Send in the dogs. Yeah, sick.
Violence and terrorism against American and other ships, aircraft, and drones. Joe Biden's response was pathetically weak, so the unrestrained Houthis just kept.
Awful reminder to chat that each one of those misses like 2 to 4 years wages of an average shatter. Yeah, can someone send me that TikTok? Can someone send me that TikTok of the cost of like each deployed munition? There's a bunch of them. It's great. I love watching those TikToks. It's like, oh hell yeah, this is the best use of my tax funds. Honestly, my tax dollars, baby. I love it. I love sending like a bunch of autistic teenagers who are 18 years old on a fucking multi-billion-dollar aircraft carrier into the fucking Red Sea so we can deploy munitions that cost multiple people's tuitions, like one munition that costs like multiple people's yearly fucking wages. These aren't even the big boys, remember. It's okay. We'll fire more federal wage employees to fucking pay for it, baby. I love being a peaceful dove. Woo! Hell yeah, brother. I love the peaceful dove. All hail the peaceful dove. Yep. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. I'm so hard right now. I'm a pathetic fucking scrub who has nothing to look forward to. So the only way that I can feel like everything that I'm doing on God's green earth as I jerk off and cry myself to sleep every night is thinking about the mighty long dick of the American military. What is the American military doing? That's right, dominating one of the poorest countries on the planet. Why are they doing that? Because one of the poorest countries on the planet decided to use its own coastline to try and put an economic penalty to our other imperial vestige in the region doing a genocide, to stop them from doing that genocide, which, by the way, also we're paying for. We're paying for that genocide as well. Anyway, yes, this is unironically the Yemeni "We Don't Care" song to the U.S. is literally the reason why I got banned, or not banned, but the reason why everybody fucking yells at me, and I got a warning from Twitch for playing it. Yeah, does that change my my opinion? Not even this much. Okay, it doesn't. You can try to deplatform me however you like, but
this is 500.
Oh yeah, this was a great take as well. But I mean, it's just, this is irrelevant right now. Let's continue.
Kept going. And John recalls just days after taking office, one of President Trump's first executive orders was redesignating the Houthis a foreign terrorist organization after the Biden administration removed them. The State Department made it official.
Wait, what? The Biden administration removed them? Yeah, they put it back on. Trump just escalated the terror watch list severity again. That's it. Biden literally put it back on. Don't worry. So we could do Operation Prosperity Guardian. Operation Save Amazon Prime 1. This is Operation Save Amazon Prime 2.
Earlier this month, marking Houthi leaders ripe for assassination. The targets in today's strikes include air defense systems and missile and drone factories, and also include a strike against one of the Houthis' top missile officers. The Houthis are backed by Iran. Many consider them modern-day Barbary pirates. Since the October 7th massacre, they have launched over...
Many consider them modern-day Barbary pirates. Fuck. Yeah. Listen, these guys are real bad guys. They're just doing pirate shit for the sake of piracy, okay? Please don't look into why these dudes are doing this, okay? I beg you. Please. After all, they've never communicated why they did it. Also, please don't ask the question, why did they stop doing this when Israel did a ceasefire? Nah, they're just fucking pirates, dude. Please, they're modern-day Barbary pirates.
100 attacks against commercial shipping. U.S. warships also came into the crosshairs of the Houthis. Dozens of times in recent years, the Houthis launched anti-ship ballistic missiles and crewed drones at the American warships. None were successful and all were shot down. And just a few days ago, Houthis leader said attacks would resume against shipping in the Red Sea, and including Israeli ships. Now, General Kurilla, the head of U.S. forces in the Middle East, has been itching to launch these strikes to reopen.
Yeah, they've been itching.
In those vital shipping lanes and destroy Iran's proxy force in Yemen. Kurilla ordered Truman, the U.S. Navy aircraft carrier, back to the Red Sea late last month to be prepared.
Will all the liberals now get mad at Trump doing this because they hate Trump? Just kidding. Of course not. Are you kidding me? All the liberals are too busy fucking yelling at leftists. Oh, man.
Prepared to launch these strikes, and those Super Hornets, as you can see there. Last month, the Houthis launched surface-to-air missiles at an Air Force F-16 orbiting overhead, as well as an American Reaper drone. And, John, it's not just in Yemen where U.S. forces have been engaged. Last night, President Trump announced the #2 leader in ISIS had been killed in an American drone strike. We have some video footage, as you can see there. That happened in western Iraq yesterday. And, John, these airstrikes against the Iranian-backed Houthi rebels were meant to send a message to Tehran as well to stop their support for the Houthi rebels. Of course, that's where these missiles and drones that the Houthis fire at commercial ships and U.S. warships come from. I'll also read a little more from President Trump's lengthy statement on Truth Social. He had a message to the Houthis. It says, quote, "Your time is up and your attacks must stop starting today. If they don't, hell will rain down upon you like never before. And to Iran, support for the Houthi terrorists must end immediately." And President Trump said,
how is this not considered an act of war? Seriously, how the government is not spending this? Dog, Biden did it too. I asked the same question back then. It just kind of happens. Okay? It just kind of is a thing. And you just get to do that because Yemen is one of the poorest nations on the fucking planet. That's it. Let's see what the Houthi statement was on the strikes, by the way. Houthi spokesman responded to renewed American airstrikes on the Yemeni capital. In a world governed by greed, interests, and fears, Yemen has emerged to act... Dude. I'm not going to say anything. Yemen has emerged to act on the basis of moral and humanitarian values. Therefore, the war we are waging against America and its allies is a war between good and evil, between truth and falsehood. Thus, the people of this world are faced with two choices, with no third, either to stand with that truth or with that falsehood. Houthi Don LaFontaine. Yeah, it's global war on terror laws. They're also Arabs, so we don't need declarations of war. Based on this coverage, what percentage of Americans would know that the Houthis are the government of Yemen? They cover them as if they're rebels hiding in caves. It doesn't matter. Even if they were the government of Yemen, do you think America gives a fuck about bombing Yemen? Americans are stupid. They thought that Iraq, Saddam Hussein did 9/11. Like, Americans will literally watch the TV and go, yeah, that makes sense. Give me the burger now. Also, how many McDonald's exist in Yemen? 0. Okay, there you go. That's how it works. No McDonald's means that's a territory you can bomb. Unless they have nukes, in which case, then you can't bomb them. Hey, Hasan, can you explain why USA can't attack Iran directly? Because Iran has a tremendous arsenal in comparison to these other countries. And America, much like Israel, can only attack countries that have less retaliatory measures. And even then, it's usually a failure regardless. But yeah, it's going to be really funny when all these like I mean, I responded to Chris Cappy on this as well. I don't know why. He's just been showing up on my fucking timeline a lot more. So I've just been responding to him. But he said, in order to stop the Houthis from threatening ships, we might need boots on the ground in Yemen. So far, evidence suggests airstrikes haven't been enough. Not saying we should do that, just saying if that's the goal, that might be the pill we need to swallow. I said they stopped when the ceasefire was implemented, only the restart when Israel stopped humanitarian aid from going in to Gaza. Maybe that's another solution that doesn't require 18-year-olds from Arkansas getting their dick shot off so that Israel can continue doing a genocide. I'm always hoping for a peaceful solution, Hasan. My point was that the current bombing campaign being conducted by Washington likely won't defeat the Houthis. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, because that is the reality. Like, Ryan, good news then. A truce in Gaza and you get peace from Yemen. I mean, under Biden, we allowed Israel to bomb the airport in Yemen when the top World Health Organization fellow was there. That's true. We did do that. We let Israel bomb the fucking airport in Sana'a that is the civilian airport, and the fucking leader of the World Health Organization was there while they bombed it. It's on video. It is straight up on video where he like has to run away. That's how little America and Israel gives a single fuck about international rules, okay? It is psychotic. Yeah. The Houthis' response, we will meet escalation with escalation, and the one who starts it is the most unjust. Looks like the Trump admin will continue the Biden admin's legacy of failure in deterring the Houthis, and the Yemeni civilians will continue to pay the price. Yeah. Drop sites, Shuaib al-Musawa. I'm saying that so poorly. I'm sorry. I've never seen this name before. Shuaib. Reports from Sana'a, where U.S. strikes on Yemen's capital have killed 9 civilians and wounded 9 others, according to a health ministry spokesperson who spoke with him. Most casualties appear to have resulted from a strike targeting the Sha'ob, a densely populated area where residential buildings are primarily made of mud bricks. Shoaib. Okay, I don't speak Arabic, all right? God, you are so white. I'm Turkish, dumbass. I don't speak Arabic. How are you Turkish? Turkish and Arabic are different languages, you dumb Amerifats. Shut the fuck up. We have some loan words from Arabic in Turkish, but it's an entirely different alphabet. We use the Latin alphabet, for example. And also, we have loan words from French and English as well, but I can't speak French. Shoaib. Anyway. Yeah, this was Trump's big, bold move right here. Also, Trump, funnily enough, looked like absolute fucking garbage in this photo. Commander-in-chief, baby. Like, this motherfucker was golfing, dude. Oh, God. Oh. Why is he wearing... Yeah, low optics rent is right. You have to be out of your mind to see these photos of Trump overseeing airstrikes against Yemen and think he looks like a leader. Deeply low rent optics. Yeah, it is. Also, why is he wearing his own hat that is signed by him? That's so weird. He signed his own hat? Like, what is happening here? God. It's got to be weird, though, for all the NATO Andes who loved when Biden did this but hate Donald Trump because of the way he's dealing with Ukraine, to now turn around and have to say, like, nah, Mr. President, you're doing great. Please keep killing children in Yemen. That is awesome. Because that's all this is. That's what this is. Do not let a single person try to move the conversation away to some other fucking dumbass reason. The Ansar Allah movement, okay, the de facto government of Yemen, started a blockade openly after Israel did a genocide in Gaza, after Israel started a genocide in Gaza. They said, we will stop when Israel stops its genocide. This is a moral position to take. No matter what people say, oh, their banner says curse the Jews or this or that. It doesn't matter, okay? They didn't do it because of anti-Semitism. They did it because Israel was doing a genocide. And guess what? Lo and behold, they literally stopped the blockade after the ceasefire was implemented. If they are doing this at the behest of anti-Semitism, they probably wouldn't have stopped. But they did. They stopped the blockade when the ceasefire started. And then a couple days prior, one of the spokespersons from the Ansar Allah movement came out and said, after Israel declared that they were stopping humanitarian aid from going into Gaza, which is, again, a human rights violation, a war crime, and totally a continuation of Israel's genocidal actions in Gaza, they said, we're going to put the blockade back on. We're going to put the blockade back on. We covered it here. You might not have heard about it in mainstream news because they don't give a shit about stuff like that. Okay? And that's why they said that they were going to implement a blockade. In that process, they shot down a drone, an American drone. What is this? I don't want people to falsely fucking hit me with they're going to say I'm watching terrorist propaganda. It's really stupid because it's newsworthy to watch, but I don't want to get in trouble. Anyway, sorry. No music, guys. We can't. It's very fucking stupid, but I just don't want to risk it. So where was I? Yeah. So they shot down a drone, an American drone, and basically in the process, America was already gearing up clearly to bomb Yemen again, and now they have started. And now all the Republicans have to sit around and be like, it's so sick when Trump does it. Mr. Peaceful Dove, by the way. Can't wait. Can't wait to send some fucking American troops to Yemen. All right. We got to put boots on the ground, baby. Got to put those boots on the fucking ground. There's a bunch of kids who want to get a communications major after getting fucked up. We got to put those guys in Yemen. We got to put our boys in action. Why? For Israel, of course. God forbid we stop Israel from doing a materially and morally costly genocide. We can't do that. No more wars, remember.
He won't be nice about it, John.
You're a Navy veteran, Lucas. I know that during the Biden administration, the Navy said it was basically more engaged in seaborne operations than at any time since, I think, World War II. Do I have that right? And is this kind of intended to put an end to that kind of thing on the part of the Houthis?
That's right, John. Multiple times U.S. warships came under ballistic missile attack in the Red Sea and off the coast of Yemen in the Gulf of Aden. And just for context, that has never happened in world history. Ballistic missiles have never been launched at U.S. warships before. Thankfully, they were all shot down. But that was always a concern in the Pentagon. What if those missiles gets through? It was notable in President Biden, in his farewell address, he talked about U.S. forces not being engaged in combat. And if you looked at the Navy press release when the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower strike group returned from the Red Sea, they talked about hundreds of bombs being dropped against the Houthis, dozens of surface-to-air missiles from those Super Hornets shooting down those crew drones that are flying overhead. There was also an issue of cost. These interceptor missiles launched from the guided missile destroyers and cruisers in the strike group, John, those missiles cost millions of dollars, shooting down what were, in essence, flying lawnmowers launched from the Houthis, very crude drones, just, $50,000 or so in cost. And the fact that these shipping lanes, vital shipping lanes that are needed for commerce, for the oil trade, have been essentially shut down since the October 7th massacre.
Dude, oh man, I'm so sad. I can't believe it. Guys, I just need you to remember there's no other way out of this. Okay? God forbid we tell Israel, pack it up. It's over. God forbid. Can't do that. Nope. Can't do that. Gotta use more money. Gotta use more weapons. Fuck this country, man. So fucking stupid. And all these absolute morons that have to fucking pay, 50 grand for a hospital visit, sit around and basically clap like seals whenever the American government's like, hell yeah, baby. We gotta do it. We gotta give him hell. It's so stupid. Ugh. It's so dumb. Yeah, there goes your food stamps, baby. There goes your health care. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you got too many fucking potholes? Can't fix it. Can't fix the fucking potholes. Sorry. We got to go blow up children in Yemen. You understand? Why do we have to do that? Because, well, they have implemented a blockade. Why are they implementing a blockade? Well, because Israel's doing a genocide and it's their coastline. You worried your friends might get vaporized or, you know, to blow up terrorists? Dude, honestly, when I hear stuff like this, I'm like, yeah, you deserve it. Like, you deserve not having health care. You deserve making $35,000 a year for the rest of your life. Like, if you're this excited at the prospect of blowing up terrorists, like directly as I'm explaining, the cost of that is coming out of your fucking pockets. Yeah, what can I say? We all collectively deserve it. We do. This comes from a place of weakness. It's not bloodlust. Chatters will look at this and go, oh, that's bloodlust. He's bloodthirsty. No. He's weak, and he recognizes that he's weak. He knows he is utterly powerless in the face of American empire. America will do whatever the fuck it wants to do, right? And he knows that. So he's like, oh, please make this please make this be worth it for me. If he thinks that we're blowing up terrorists, if he thinks that like we're giving it to people that deserve it because they're evil people, they're bad people, then maybe that's, you know, maybe then it's all right that the American government is deploying, 7 generations worth of wealth at one go to kill 9 children in Yemen overnight, which most likely will not even stop the blockade implemented by Yemen. Do you see what I'm saying? You're an insufferable cunt. You'll get what you deserve one day, Hasan. Okay. I'm an insufferable cunt. Why am I an insufferable cunt? Because I keep telling you over and over again that there's a cost. There's a cost to all the bullets. There's a cost to all the munitions. And that cost is coming out of your pockets. That is $1 that could be spent on bricks for your local school. That is $1 that could be spent on the roads. There's $1 that could be spent on improving broadband. There's $1 that could be spent on healthcare. Your healthcare. You're an American. You live in this fucking country. How does this not piss you off? How can you be so stupid not to see this reality? We got a fucking tornado season that's ripping through Mississippi. 15 people have died, and Trump gutted FEMA. Look to where they spend the money. Look to where they cut the money. They're cutting money from initiatives that would help you, okay? That would help you survive, because that's how little they give a fuck about you. And every single time you come out and you agitate, every single time you come out and openly defend American empire, that is done at the cost of your fucking tax dollars not going back to you. They hear that, they see that, and they go, ha. Look at these fucking morons. Yeah, hell yeah, baby. Keep doing genocide Israel with our weapons, with more of our tax dollars. That's it. You got peasant brain. It's so stupid. Trump cut NWS and NOAA right before fucking tornado season. Trump cut FEMA, which will help in the recovery and the aid. You think that's not going to help you? You think that you'll be fine? Can you survive a fucking tornado? Stupid. Ay, ay, ay. You know what Trump didn't cut? The defense budget. But like I said, I think deep down inside, a lot of these people who think I'm their enemy have a fear. They feel in their hearts that I might be right. And if I'm right, oh my God, then everything they know is fucking wrong. Then what good was all of this project for? That's it. That's why they get so fucking angry and so resentful and lash out and say, you're a fucking terrorist. Your terrorist buddies are going to die, dude. That's why you're mad. No, man. I mean, I am mad that we're just killing random people. Like, have you thought about how insane that is? You can't, because you live in America, so you think you're free. You think you're free of any sort of like intervention, foreign intervention. And to a certain degree, you're correct. We are, right? You think they're randos? What do you mean? No, I don't think the child I saw that was blown up is a commander of the Ansar Allah movement. No, they killed 9 civilians. Let's continue.
for commercial ships having to take that long journey around Africa, certainly adding to the cost. So certainly there's an economic message here with these strikes against the Houthis today. And by the way, John, these strikes could go on for a number of days. That's not immediately clear.
Right, because I read that one of the goals is to target their weapons storage facilities, which are reportedly deep underground. So they're going to be using those bunker busters and probably repeatedly to try to get to those warehouses that are essentially buried.
Right, and it's notable, John, those Super Hornets carry 2,000-pound JDAM satellite-guided bombs. Those are not bunker busters, so if you needed those, you probably have to call in something heavier, some B-52 bombers, perhaps a B-2 bombers. We saw that one time during the Biden administration, B-2s launching from Whiten Air Force Base in Missouri. But certainly this is a powerful message being sent. You know, you also have Tomahawk cruise missiles aboard those guided missile destroyers in the Truman Strike Group. We didn't hear about any Tomahawk strikes today, but certainly there's more firepower in the area if called upon. A
powerful message being sent not only to the Houthis, but as you say, to Iran as well, Lucas.
There's no question, John. You know, President Trump recently sent a letter to the Ayatollah saying Iran needs to end its nuclear enrichment program, stop in this path toward what many in the intelligence community say is a path to a nuclear bomb. The Israelis have been itching.
Yemenis are some of the crazy motherfuckers, dude. Like, Yemenis with a Twitter account is the most deadly weapon out there, okay? When I see the average Yemeni citizen respond to like a bombing campaign that happened in their fucking neighborhood, I understand what Mao said, or was it Lin Bao said about the spiritual atom bomb. Like, literally, these guys will just be like, "Oh, this is sick. Please keep bombing me." Like that. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know how it happened to be like that. Maybe it's because of the fucking insane amounts of maybe it's because they just like have experienced this so much, but it doesn't shake them. I don't know what it is.
To strike the Iranians so far, while the Trump administration has voiced its support for such an operation. President Trump has said he wants to end this diplomatically. That's why he sent that letter, but it was rejected from the Ayatollah. But the Iranians support these Houthi rebels, and so there's no question this is a message being sent to Tehran as well in Sana'a in Yemen.
All right, Lucas Tomlinson at the White House. If you get more.
This is what the head of the media office of Ansarallah said. "I swear if you burn Sana'a and all of us there will not leave Gaza to die of hunger." That's what he said. "By God, even if you burn Sana'a and burn us all, we will not let Gaza die of hunger." Not like they've gone through a famine or anything. No, I think that's what it is. They're like, yeah, you've done it all. It's crazy that is like the normal position of the average person in Yemen is like, yeah, they just keep bombing us. Who cares?
Today, God damn, dude. Holy shit.